Hey guys, it's Daniel, a licensed therapist. As a licensed therapist who's seen countless couples in couples therapy, there's a certain group of traits that I look out for that's been clinically proven to cause the relationship to die in misery. And to my surprise, a very famous Hollywood A-lister and very handsome man has a wife who clearly demonstrates the worst of the bunch. And that actor is
Alec Baldwin.
Alec and his wife Hilaria were on the red carpet recently, and unfortunately for him, but very fortunately for us, there is no filter on Hilaria. And that particular trait was gloriously on display, and that interview is what we're going to react to today. If you like this content, please take the time to like this video and subscribe. And now that YouTube stuff is out of the way, let's get into the interview.
You two do a beautiful, you two do a beautiful job raising your family. You guys are hosting tonight. Why was it important for you guys to come out and celebrate this grand opening?
I mean, it's such an iconic New York place, and I mean, to come up here,
You were the last one to open. How were you? How old were you? 6? You were 6 years old when the first Planet Hollywood opened.
I was.
I was here for the opening of the first Planet Hollywood. Yeah, yes. Well, back then when they did that, it was kind of new. House of Blues and all those celebrity-themed things, and Bruce and Arnold were all a big part of the first Planet Hollywood, and it was a very big deal. They had openings here with Bruce and that whole crowd, and they were like huge events. And then the place was open for a long time. House of Blues too, Danny Aykroyd and that crowd, and they were very, very famous restaurant music clubs. Played a lot of music, and but now they went down, they closed, and they're reopening. And Robert Earl, who was the original founder, the original guy that started it, is back here starting it again. So good for him.
And that's the History Channel.
And that is the History Channel. Look, obviously, Alec has a rich history and knowledge about Planet Hollywood and Hollywood in general, but I understand that this seemed a bit rambly. But as a therapist, I'm constantly monitoring my clients and seeing these little micro decisions that tell me a lot about their relationships. We need to realize that they are on the red carpet, and like a first therapy session, they are on their best behavior. But you can only hide for so long. Like I said, I know it was a little long-winded, but I would have hoped for her to say something positive, like, "You know so much, honey," or something like that. But instead, she says something pretty dismissive. And if I were in an initial session with them, I would take note, but I wouldn't think it was the end of the world. But don't worry, it gets better.
You've spent your career in Hollywood, but I have to know, because we are loving the show, by the way. We're loving getting to know your family. Is it harder to memorize scripts or be yourself on unscripted television?
Be yourself. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard, yeah. Well, it's a good question. I think it's because you don't want it to be dull, and just if you showed the way our life really is, you get it after like an hour. It's like it's the same thing a lot. I mean, not just the two of us in our life, but with the kids. We like routine. It's good for the kids to have a routine. And she, as a mother, is very good at keeping them on a routine. But so you feel the desire to make it more silly than it might be.
I have to say that I don't think you make it more silly than it is. I actually feel.
You didn't get that on the show?
No. We just cut all that part out.
Cut me out.
Cut you out. When you're trying to make it silly, we cut it.
Okay. Starting to get uncomfortable. This whole time I feel like Alec is trying to really lift up his wife. But it really looks like she's doing the opposite. She shoots him down when he says he makes it silly, then says that we cut you out. But it really sounds like she's saying, I am gonna cut you out. And that to me indicates a perception of control and dominance. And I mean, come on, look at this poor guy. He goes from looking like this to then giving us this look, almost like, come on guys, help me, then to looking like this. I mean, he looks beat down, dismissed, and dejected. And I want to just highlight that feeling of superiority that she seems to have over him. It seems like she just looks down on him. Let's keep going.
No, I mean, I think that every day, because we like routine, and I think anybody who's a parent knows that like routine is king, or in queen, routine is key. We'll just say king and queen at the same time.
It's essential.
It's essential. It's essential. But, you know, I think that us trying to every
What's the
day.
word for essential in Spanish?
Esencial. Okay.
Didn't let me down.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're distracting me right now.
Sorry.
Like now you're just doing that. Why? Why are you distracting me?
I'm just captivated
yeah,
by
you're
your
just
beauty.
yeah, you're just distracting me.
so
No, but
beautiful.
oh my God, stop! You're annoying me. Stop! It's not cute. No, he's distracting me. So I'm gonna like walk out of this interview. Right?
I need the motherhood notes. You are doing an amazing.
No, okay, go back. Let me go back.
To me, this is fascinating to watch because someone at the top of the social, economic, and fame food chain can just get called annoying and then get dismissed like that. And now for me, it's fully come out and it's undeniable, the trait that we've been talking about this whole time, which is contempt. And contempt is a feeling of disgust, disdain, and a sense of superiority towards one's partner. And John Gottman, who is the relationship godfather, identified 4 traits that cause the end of relationships, and contempt is the worst of the 4. And for me, guys, what she is saying here is a very strong display of that.
You guys are raising a big family. You come from a big family, and you talk about how it kind of reminds you of that. What does it bring back for you?
Let me tell you what, for me, what my life is like now, seriously. I have a home. I have a home. And when I'm not home, I want to go home. I just went to Florida for overnight for an event in Palm Beach. I flew down there yesterday, came back today. Even when I'm away from them for a day, and you believe me when I say this, she loves when I go away. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Again, Alec is heaping praise on her, telling the world how much he loves his home, and obviously she is a big part of that. And he is tossing out a softball to her to hit. He's trying to throw her a little alley-oop where she could just put it back and then we have a slam dunk. And he says, she loves it when I go away. And what was he trying to do here? He was giving her an opportunity to say, no, I hate it. He's amazing. I don't want him to go away. I want him here all the time. But instead, what does she do? She nods in agreement. And you can tell by the way he says, wow, that he is disappointed and hurt. I mean, I felt it, and I'm starting to really feel bad for him.
We want more of this. Season 2? Do we know anything?
The Ilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're a
season-
winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why. Yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show. No, no. I mean, I think this is a really raw show, and it's very real, and we took a lot of chances. And you know, I think that we'll see where it leads us. We'll see what it feels like to have be out there, and then we'll see, you know.
Okay, there it is. That was pretty harsh, and I can just imagine what they are like at home. Keep in mind, this little outburst was caused by him actually trying to say good things about her, but none of that affected her. She's not moved by his kind words, and I feel like that speaks volumes of how she sees him. I mean, poor guy, this whole time fishing for a positive interaction, saying great things about her, and she just gets snapped at, and that's pretty sad for him. But for us and the rest of the internet, this is great. But look at what he does. He just leaves. He tries to talk to other people to stop thinking about it. He goes and licks his wounds, all right here on the red carpet.
And so we're trying to, you know, we wrote this book talking about that and trying to manage your self-esteem and not getting pulled too far into pressures. And so I'm very proud of her. And she loves doing little face masks on him, as you guys saw in episode 2. Carmen and her face masks.
But the episodes, I predict now on television, on American television, that season 2 is going to be you and Carmen. It's going to be the two of them. They have their own
Can
show.
I tell you, from now on, unless it's history, don't take anything that this guy is going to say, because he just invents it on the spot. It's all like this.
Okay, here it seems like she tries to offer an olive branch. You know, toss him a little bone. She affectionately rubs his cheeks and talks about face masks. And then here he goes and tries to continue to say good things, and she humiliates him again. You know, I watched this interaction over and over just to see if I can detect some sarcasm on his end? Was he being passive aggressive? But to me, it really did seem like a genuine compliment. And then what does she do? She rips his face off. And the interview goes on a little bit, but check out the ending.
I hope people read my wife's book and realize what like an unusually amazing woman she is. My wife is probably one of the most special people. She is probably the most special person I've ever met in my life. Her qualities are just so, the combination is like kind of mind-blowing. Anyway.
Love for you guys. Enjoy.
After all that, after all he's been through, after everything she did, he gives this amazing speech, this beautiful speech about how wonderful she is. And what does she do? Nothing. She does nothing. All the stuff that he says, all this wonderful stuff has zero emotional impact on her. John Gottman has this principle. It's called turning towards, and it's something as a therapist, when I'm watching couples, I look out for. And so I'm wondering, is she going to do it? Is she going to turn towards him? Is she going to say something nice to him? Is she going to touch him on the arm? Is she going to say thank you? Nope, that's not what she does. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a textbook example of contempt. And I feel like we can get a good sense of what it would feel like to be in a relationship with someone like that. And hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but ladies and gentlemen, you want to avoid people like this, because one interview on the red carpet was plenty painful for me. Imagine experiencing this every waking moment for years and decades. Well, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Please leave them in the comment section down there. Thanks for watching, you guys. I love you guys. See you next time.